A red letter N unfolds into a spectrum of colors. That's usually music to my ears. Like, that's when I know we're off to a good start. But anyways, hello, hey, hi. There are a plethora of things that I want to point out that went wrong today and over the past couple weeks, and that have prevented me from filming and talking about Love is Blind UK. But do you know what? We're here. Lopsided wing eyeliner and all. Do you know what, before I actually get into that, like, I tried this, they're called like eyeliner stamps, and because I'm visually impaired, I literally, maybe it's practice, maybe it would take some practice or something, I don't know, but I literally can't see to form actual proper lines and, you know, neat things with makeup. So I thought one thing I want to try is like eyeliner stamps, and it's literally like a wing shaped thing. Number one, my fingers got very messy trying to figure out which side points where. Number two, I don't think I placed them right. Like, I don't feel like this one even placed, and then this one is doing something else. I don't even know. But you know what? Today of all days is when I decided, you know, let's try something new right before filming something and just let that image live for eternity out there. We just have to laugh. Also, when I was bringing this chair that I'm sitting on, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, because the aim is to edit out my background and actually just leave me talking and have a different background. But like, when I was bringing this chair, I bumped into it with my whole mouth, like my whole mouth went right into it. So I don't know if my lips are doing what they were supposed to do or what they were doing before, but it's fine. It's okay, guys. Let's keep it moving. Hello, hey, hi. Very rude of me to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Sylvia. I am visually impaired, and I'm a mom, and I'm a wife, and I'm a... Do you know what? How many lists? I don't know. I had a list of things that I am, but anyway. And I'm living my best life, and I'm taking you guys along with me, and we are talking about Love is Blind because I'm blind, and you see what I did there, right? So yeah, let's get into it. Love is Blind UK. If you haven't watched my previous video, I like talked about the cast. I know I'm a bit late coming in with now, you know, I guess the review of the episodes, but this is the thing with being VI. Like, I have to take it slowly. I can't just binge watch all of it and come on really quickly and start talking about it. So please bear with me and my attempts at commentary. But yeah, so now we're going to talk about episode 1 to 5, and my gosh, there's a lot to say. But what I've tried to do is like maybe come up with like 4 in a delivery, and I really, somehow I'm feeling like they're not going to show up. Like, I have this sinking feeling in my heart because it's already like, what, 7:30 p.m. and I don't know, but they usually say they're going to come until 10 p.m. So Ivory, come through, please. Tomorrow's my birthday. I need that dress. I probably should have shopped earlier, prepared myself, but it is what it is. Anyway, wish me happy birthday in the comments. Seriously, we're going to talk about episode 1 to 5. There's quite a lot to talk about, but I've tried to like get a couple points that stood out to me, a couple, you know, scenes or a couple, I guess, areas that stood out to me whilst watching. So let's get into it. I won't waste any more of your time. But first, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you like this video and then continue watching. It's going to be a bit of a long one, so just put me down and like just leave me somewhere in the corner talking and go about your business. You know, this is what I do. This is actually how I consume content on YouTube. It's like a podcast to me. I just leave it to play and then go about my business, because half the time I can't really tell what's on the screen anyway. So it's like, let's just leave it playing. Anywho, yeah, so yeah, like, subscribe, share, what else, comment happy birthday or whatever you want to comment, maybe your views on any points that I bring up. And yeah, okay, let's get into it. Oh my god, Nara, please let me finish my video. Did you finish your dinner? Did you eat your dinner? Yes, one of the first moments that stood out to me was the date between Freddie and Catherine. Of course, they connected really well over going to the toilet twice a day, which is as good a connection as any. Like, you know, that's a good place to start. Okay. So then but then they do move on and talk about themselves, and Freddie mentions that he's got a brother with Down syndrome, and it would have it Catherine does trains swimming coaches swimming for Down syndrome children. And I'm feeling like I really like Catherine. She's like bubbly and everything. Love an ally. So that would be Freddie and Catherine as a disabled person. Love an ally. People just kind of judge her by her exterior and how she looks. Like apparently she's very beautiful. She's got the blonde hair, the six-pack, as per her words. I think I actually directly quoted her, and men just think, yeah, she's gonna be a good time. But you know, there's more to her, and I agree with that. Like, you can't judge someone by how they look and just think, yep, they're gonna be this type of person. We see Catherine on a date with Ollie, where she goes on to be very flirty after just talking about people judging her and thinking one thing when they see her. So I was a bit confused with Ollie. Ollie's got the Emily going, you know. She loved his voice. They were both very flirty, as I mentioned. And she was giggling like a little schoolgirl is what I've written with many typos. I should be showing my notes. It's crazy. Well, let me put this on silent. Very unprofessional. Oh my gosh. So, oh yeah, so I mentioned that Ollie has the Emily going, you know, the multicultural London ethnic accent. You know, when there's certain words that us people in London, I don't think I do that as much, but yeah, there's that London, not slang even necessarily, but that London multicultural speak. So it's nice to hear that when I'm just watching a regular show like Love is Blind. I don't have to specifically seek out shows that has people like us in there. So it's nice to hear it in Love is Blind. Never thought the day would come that I would. And actually I can reference this part because there's a comment he made later on, and I was like, whoa, there's a trip hearing this word in Love is Blind. But yeah, next we see a date with Ollie and Demi, and they bond over being Londoners. Hey, what was I doing earlier? Shoulder shimmy when there's London people. They love sports, football and boxing. Listen, I love this for Demi. I love this for Demi. Demi wants to Sylvia, speak English please. Or if I wanted to, I could speak Swahili and then you just follow in the captions, right? Demi wants to be attracted to her man, but she reconciles that it's not that important. She wants love and a fairy tale ending. Aww. And she really likes Ollie. They connected really well, but it seemed more of a friendly connection to me. But I mean, to me, that's the best. And I think even Ollie mentioned it, like, that's the best way to start a relationship, right? You have to be able to be friends. You have to be able to banter, talk about serious things, talk about everything, just be in each other's company and be happy. So far so good. Like, if you start with a friendly connection, it's really good. And I think, like, in the men's quarters, Ollie voices this concern that he really likes Catherine and he really likes Demi, but like he's a bit worried about how flirty it is with Catherine. So yeah, like, it shows where his mind is, I suppose, in terms of forming a proper connection. And like, that's one thing I can say as well with all the cast members. They are chronically single. Like, they've been single for so long. And as I mentioned before, again, even if they're single, it doesn't mean there's not somebody out there who can claim them in the past 6 months and say, hey, hold on, I was with so-and-so, that was my boyfriend, that was my girlfriend or whatever. But according to them and their calculations, a lot of these people have been single for 6, 7, 8, 10, 13, 12, 25 years. So they're more than ready. They're there. They're like right there. So if you have the right mindset, not Sam, sorry, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. If you have the right mindset, then you're gonna find your one and true love. I just had some coffee before this, so I'm gonna be a lot more energetic than in the last video, so buckle up. Right, Stephen and Sabrina, they had a big connection over the daily routine of gratitude and meditation and all the good stuff that you need to do to be like self-fulfilled, self-actualization, stuff like that basically. So they seem to be very stable mentally and ready as well for another person to come into their lives. And yeah, I think if you both have the same mindset, which is really good, then you literally both wake up and be like, oh, let's go for a hike for our mental health, and you both get it, you know, and you both easily like communicate where you are and everything. So I really like how their connection is going so far. However, they, at some point, maybe a couple days down or 2 days down, they started talking about children. And that's when things went a little bit left, a little bit awry. Hey guys, what's a word that you always see but you've never actually said out loud? It's awry for me. Like when I used to be a child, I used to read books all the time, like 3 books per week, and it used to be Ori to me. Okay, so anyway, things started going a little bit left after they started talking about children, because Steven really wants children and Sabrina is not too fast. Like she's okay. The way she said it is that she's okay, she doesn't have any children, like it's fine, it's not, there's no big urgency. But they were able to bounce back. It did cause a bit of a concern, like they both went off thinking, oh, you know, this is the end for them, but they came back and they were able to work through it and talk about it. And Sabrina, I think, said her position really well. She was like, hey, this is how I'm willing to compromise. Maybe we can adopt. I'm open to other options, even if I'm not able to have a child, which she didn't say that she doesn't, by the way, just for clarity. She didn't say that she can't have a child. She just said she's not that bothered whether or not she does. And yeah, good for them tackling this difficult conversation this early on. And to be fair, the way they date in the pods is not that early on, but it's early enough. Because I remember, I think on what was it, maybe season 5 of the US one, or season 6 of Love is Blind, there was a couple, struggling to remember their names, I'll pop them on the screen when I do, but they had an issue with birth control and deciding what would work for them best. And one person thought that the male thought one thing and the female thought another, or felt another. So it's good to talk about these things as early on as possible, so that it's not causing a wahala later on, you know. One thing I took note of is that Sam had some cosmetic work done, basically had a nose job, and I think this kind of set the context, I guess, for a lot of the things he's been saying. And okay, that may explain a few things, so I just took note of that and kept it in my pocket. I'm motioning to my head while saying pocket, but you know, you know what I mean. Now I'm debating, should I say what I wrote? Should I? So I wrote, he has no riz. I'm sorry, Sam, like he just seems to have no riz. I think that's what it is, no riz. 2 women he's talking to in the pods went, oh, okay, good. You know, because he's like literally saying a lot of the right things, or what he thinks people want to hear. And us women, or anybody really out there, when someone speaks, he just says a lot of the right things, just a bunch of buzzwords, and it doesn't quite hit right. So you're like, oh, okay, good, okay, yeah. Guys, so I was in the middle of, like, I don't think I even got halfway through my notes, and Parenthood called. It was bedtime, so I did that, and then I don't know if you can actually see me. I'm gonna have to find out later. Just, yeah, hopefully I'm in frame. Parenthood called. Parenthood called. I'd left the kids having their dinner, but by the time I got to wherever I got to, they had finished their dinner, and it was actually bedtime. The tablets had gone off. It's 8 o'clock, so I paused my recording, and yeah, did bath time. Nora's in bed. Malachi has refused to go to bed, so you pick your battles. And she's got my other, you know, my other phone that I use for notes, so that's what's playing on Lullaby for her. I don't know if you're quiet enough, you might be able to hear it. But yeah, so whilst she's got that, I'm just gonna fold some laundry. Once she falls asleep, then I can go grab my phone back and keep recording. Just a sneak peek into the BTS of what it actually takes for me to manage to record stuff. It's about 9 o'clock now, so I stopped recording at about 5 minutes to 8, and I went to do all that. Thank you to subscribe, to like, to share this video, because her visually impaired mom is trying. I'm trying out here to get into the gist. This is how much you know. This is how you know how much I love gisting. By any means necessary. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comfortable. We are back on the plus side during the ad break. I wish. During the mini break, which has been about, what's the time now? 9:46. It's been actually almost 2 hours since the last word I said in the last bit when I see it. My delivery actually came, so yay. Where were we? Right, so I was basically saying that Nicole actually called him out on it. Like, she basically said, oh, well, it sounds too good to be true, which it does, because Sam is just throwing a bunch of buzzwords like, oh, I'm just a lover boy, oh, I'm just this, oh, I'm just that, I just want to be loved, I just want to love, I've got lots of love to give. But none of it seems like it's coming from a genuine place. It seems like he's just saying stuff to that sound impressive. I don't know how else to explain it. That sound impressive, that maybe that's what other people want to hear. And like, what I literally wrote on here is this. I can even show you. I said, just be yourself. You know, I'm a dork too, and that's okay. Yeah, I'm also socially awkward, so I guess trying to date, and especially on TV, and you know you're being recorded, and trying to come off as, I don't know, as this person that you think people might like, is one way to go about it. Or you can just be a dork, and if they love you, they do. If they don't, they don't, and that's not the person for you. Like, you can't just try to be this person that you think people will like, or this person that you think will draw people to them, because sooner or later, okay, that was all surface level. So now what else do you have? And for me, as a fellow dork, maybe you don't consider yourself to be one, but you might be one. It's easier to just be yourself and relax, and whoever vibes with you, whoever doesn't, they don't, and such is life. Like, there's no need to try and be this person that you're not. And that's my 2 cents on that, Sam. I don't know. I don't know why I wrote genuine vibes, which she later, okay, so that's what she wants from her partner, and I think that's what she was giving me. She was giving me just like genuine vibes, and she definitely got that from Benaya, and I think that's what she deserves as well. Who, by the way, fully lives up to his name, Benaya. Like, exactly how you would imagine someone with that name is, although I don't know if that's his name from birth or he adopted it, because it's so odd. Like, sometimes I think when you name people, and I think in my culture as well, wherever you name somebody, that's who they are, that's who they turn out to be. So naming someone, you got to be really careful. But yeah, Benaya, I was getting like these floaty, happy, spiritual, like, I don't want to say hippie, but I guess, is that even a word nowadays? That's the vibes I was getting, and literally that's who he is. But yeah, so Sam and Jasmine have a date, and she also clocked him on the buzzwords, and he made some superficial comments about IG, about Instagram. Like, he said something about, oh, people might see my Instagram and think blah blah blah, and she's like, what do you mean by that? Oh, people might see me and da da da. And she's like, how? Sam, be yourself, just be yourself. And then I don't know what Ollie and Catherine are confused about. Like, it's very, very obvious who their person is. I've written this down literally. Why are they confused? What is there to be confused about? Catherine, you obviously very, very much vibe with Freddie. Ollie, obviously you and Demi are just, the chemistry can be so confusing for some people, and I get it, chemistry can be confusing, but like, you have to dig deeper than that. Stop thinking with your nether regions. Also, stop making friends in the pods. You're not there to make friends, girls and boys. Like, this ends up complicating things for everyone so much. You have friends in real life and you're in the pods. If you're in the pods, those are pod people. They're not your friends. They can be your friends after you've partnered up and, I don't know, you've gone off and lived your life and everything, and everyone's all paired up or whatever. But whilst you're in the pods, those people are not your friends. Catherine and Demi, you're not friends. At the end of the episode, Stephen proposes to Sabrina, and she ends with she answers with a long-winded, you know, preamble speech, and it ends with but, and then ... on to the next episode. Episode 2. Okay, we're actually making our way through this. Okay. So in episode 2, and then she basically answered with a long speech which she used to kind of organize her thoughts and kind of convince herself, like, the baby thing doesn't matter, like, it's okay that he really wants babies and you probably don't, or maybe do, you don't know. But then she obviously said yes, and we're putting our phone back on silent because this is very unprofesh. At their reveal, they were both delighted with each other. Yeah, like, just, it was beautiful. I love, and literally I wrote that in my notes, and then who was it? Stephen actually said it. Perfection. I was just there like, oh, I love in my notes, and then he goes, I love. I was like, okay. So the next couple I take note of, or moment I guess, is Tom and Maria. They have a good connection and they get pretty deep into their conversation. Freddie and Catherine's connection deepened, and as it should and would, and like I said before, I don't know why they're confused. Why are you confused? Why? Close this area, open this area. Okay? And your heart maybe, okay, you know the heart doesn't actually do any kind of thinking, but you know what I mean. So far, like, I love the way Ollie is playing this. Like, he's being open and honest and transparent, and like, it's a difficult situation to be in. But when you're, I don't know, when you're in a situation where you're probably dating somebody's friend and you're dating each other and it's all just a big mishmash of people dating each other, you have to be honest and transparent. You can't be like, oh yeah, you're the one. Like, do you know, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But you know, the guy, the Sam of, you know, the American Love is Blind. But you can't be like, you can't be telling people, yes, it's you, and then, you know, you blindside them with, oh, actually, I'm going with this other person. It's not the way to move. And then also, I wanted to say, when Demi said, if anybody else likes Ollie and they're not telling me, my heart, they were there like cuddling or whatever with Catherine, and I was like, ah. It felt like, what's her name? Puerto Rican girl and Uche and Aaliyah. It basically felt like another one of that. At this point, I've actually watched episode 1 to 5 only, so like, I don't have any further insight, let's put it that way, so I don't know. Jasmine and Sam, 28 minutes in, voiced her concerns, and literally Sam bit her head off, and he got so defensive and invalidated her feelings, which was not cool. Jasmine noted this as childish. I agree, she noted this as child, like in her what do you call it, I think I'll just have to play it for you guys actually. In her confessional, she was like, this is just really childish. She then makes a decision to break it off with him and pursue Bobby. Yes, girl, that was the right decision. After a beautiful date where they share a lot, Sam's reaction is, every reason she made the right decision. He was like, oh, okay, cool, all right. And then he went off to the men's quarter, and then literally a few seconds later I was like, okay, so that person wasn't for me, so I'm just gonna have to settle for our girl Nicole. Okay, so that was his second choice. He wasn't too happy about settling for her, but he was very adamant, like, okay, I'm gonna go for her. And I was so worried at this point for Nicole. I was like, oh no, I hope she clocks it. He literally said, beggars can't be choosers, and fixes his aim sharply at Nicole, his other connection or victim. Yeah, some people, the way they move, they like self-sabotage. You are sabotaging your own self. And like, they don't realize it. And it's so interesting. Like, this is so frustrating to watch, but it's actually so interesting as someone who is fascinated by human interactions. Okay, I love gist and tea. Anywho, Tom, Natasha, Maria, hang on a second, I seem to have a section missing. Hang on. Okay, so Tom, Natasha and Maria. Tom must be a really, really good guy because he's got two really, really good women like interested in him. Demi does the cutest birthday gesture. Whoo! Demi does the cutest birthday gesture for Ollie, who really appreciates it. When Catherine sees how happy she is, that she will cut it off with him and stay out of the way. Phew! They're both actually seeing sense, finally. Whew! That was a close one. But yeah, let me just show you. Let me show you the image of a happy person. This is a happy person. Let me find it. Where's the Netflix app?
Yeah, strong.
This is amazing. I'm liking this.
That is a happy man.
This is making me quite emotional, can't lie.
That is a happy person.
I'm glad.
Like, being in here with you, having like these amazing gestures, this is...
I'm glad. Because if I was there physically with you now, we would be enjoying your birthday. And even though I'm not there physically, like, your birthday feels like my birthday today. So I hope you're enjoying yourself. And I honestly really put time into that card, so you best be saving that.
You're the one who carried me Ollie is sat studying the card, his expression serious.
What Demi did for my birthday and just seeing the level of effort she had gone to, that told me everything I needed to know.
It was such a beautiful moment, and I was just there like ooh, just smiling and no, I wasn't smiling, I was cheesing. That is the actual word to describe what I was doing. So Bobby and Jasmine, I'm all about self-expression, so if Bobby J wants to Drake a proposal, I'm all for it, okay? By all means, go right ahead. And all together now, we have another engaged couple. I love about Sam and Nicole. And my initial thoughts were like, God, no. Nicole, please don't. Sis, please wake up. She slipped a comment in about him not being able to pick her up, and he had to go to talk to his little friends. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that, like, it really irritated me. Like, there was this, where did I get that line from? You have to go and talk to your little friends all about it. I think it must have been like Love and Hip Hop or something back in the day when someone was beefing and they were just minimizing that person's reaction because they didn't react right then. They went and then came back later like, actually, when you said this to me, we're digressing. So he had to go back to his friends to kind of discuss about whether or not it means she's fat. I mean, after he said just, you know, how many times he said, oh, I train. Like a gazillion times he used the word train. I have new nails, by the way. Like, they're the same nails, but like a bit different, like the pattern is different. So they have they're still blue and gold and nude, but this time, for those people who can't see it, they are like, how do I explain this actually? They have a triangular, I guess, pattern at the top, and then on each corner on the left and on the right is blue, and then in the middle, making that triangular sort of peak, like a hut, I guess, is some gold. Yeah, so that's what we're clacking with this fine evening. I said train, like who says train so many times? I was like, okay, we have a problem. You say I go to the gym, I work out, I you know, but train? Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not out here, I'm not usually out here, so I don't know. So the episode ends with Benaya telling Nicole, 1, that he wants to be with her, and 2, Sam is not a genuine person. Episode 3 begins with Benaya, the sweetheart, just like wrestling with his conscience about telling Nicole about Sam's, I guess, questionable integrity, right? He like is an actual physical pain that he went and spoke about somebody else in a negative way. It was a gamble and he did take it, and I feel like from my perspective, I think that would be the right thing to do. I don't know about his delivery though. Maybe not say that he's not here for a real connection, or he's just here for the fame. Like the way he phrased it, maybe I wouldn't phrase it like that. I'll just maybe say he has questionable integrity. He maybe does and says a few things that are questionable. But yeah, like I think he did the right thing in telling her that way. It gives her the more, I guess, the power, or it gives her more information to make a more informed decision. And Nicole seems to be listening. I love how she's listening. Hopefully she takes heed. Bobby and Jasmine's reveal. Once again, another smitten couple. They love the look and feel of each other. Like, I don't know if I've watched a single episode of Love is Blind where everyone is so like enthusiastic. I think the UK, we've really been waiting for it to come over here. We've really been waiting for this Love is Blind. Like, thank you for finally coming here. Freddie and Catherine, and yeah, like these two, I actually got so emotionally invested in one of their dates. I was like, ooh, guys, don't make me cry. They better get married ASAP. Nicole talking to Jasmine, and she's realizing that Sam's whole spiel was a script. Ta-da! Just like Amber and in season 6 of the US one, you know, when Amber was talking to somebody and she realized, wait, this guy, what was his name? As he's been saying the same exact thing, something along the lines of, if I could come and get you tomorrow. Oh, why am I saying such a British way? But anyway, if I could come and get you, I'd come and get you tomorrow, throw you over my shoulder, blah, 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 to both girls. So anyway, we're talking about this one. Nicole realizes this, talking to Jasmine. Next we have Tom, Tasha, Maria, and not much to write home about in that department. Freddie and Catherine. We have an engaged couple. Yay. Kat is literally bawling, and I don't blame her. That was a beautiful proposal. I love The reveal was absolutely beautiful as well. Just all of it was beautiful. I love that. All of it was just, yeah, like, so far Catherine and Freddie are doing great. They're off to a phenomenal start. So my stress hormones just kicked in. Sam, Nicole, and Ben. Okay. The engaged couple, I guess, because I've written is, I guess we have an engaged couple. Like, we went back to the Sam, Nicole, and Benaya situation. And yeah, Nicole wall slides after this whole thing. Like, I'm gonna have to show you guys. She accepts Sam's proposal, and I guess, I don't know, Ben's gamble to tell her didn't work in his favor. Nicole listened. She's listening. She went first into the pod where there's Sam, and he threw his buzzwords and everything. He was literally like out of breath, like, I'm gonna be with you, you're so you're amazing.
You're the most amazing person, honestly. Like, you really are, and you deserve so much happiness.
Which she does, and she is.
I just want to make you happy. That's all I want to do. That's all. I've got so much love to give. You just have to trust me. Just trust me, and you deserve it. I know deep down this is meant to be. I had butterflies from the second I heard your laugh. I just had that feeling, and
you know what?
I just want you.
Do you know what? This could all be very true, but it's a lot, and especially after everything he said before, which is beggars can't be choosers. Frantically persuading her to be like, to choose him, and she fell for it, I guess, or it worked. Let's say it worked, only to later go into the pod with Benaya. We're not going to be together, I'm sorry. And she leaves the room and a wall slides crying. Nicole, get up, you made your decision. Why did you make that decision? We don't know, but you, like, what else are you gonna do? I felt for her. And like Sam, I think he just needs a lot of reassurance, bless him. And he hasn't really taken the time out to like really get to know himself and love himself fully for who he is. And so, yeah, he comes out like a bit too much, full on, but also not genuine. And that's because you need to take the time out to know yourself and to love yourself and to just be you. Anyway, Nicole said something about listening to her gut and everything, and I was like, which gut are you listening to?
Nicole crouches down in the corridor, her back to one of the doors.
Episode 4, we are 5 minutes in, and audio description is being a bit shady with the apparently she did when Tom is trying to break off with Tasha. So let me actually show it to you.
Do you think that's like what you can base a marriage on?
Apparently she did.
Friendship. I mean, you can base the beginning of a connection to a marriage on friendship. So yeah, Tom breaks it off with her, feeling like they're more like friends than anything else, which is fair. Sam and Nicole do their reveal, and it gives question marks. It gives AD and Clay, because the first thing he says to her is like, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Was he saying that to her or to himself, like, oh my gosh, this lady person is not how I want them to look, but it's gonna be okay? What she thinks of him before complimenting her. What the hell? Then he goes into the confessional thing and says, I don't care what anyone else thinks. To me, she is gorgeous. I don't know, maybe he's just not very good with words, and not all of us are, including me speaking here. Like, stringing sentences together is really a tough job. It's a tall order, and I'm not tall, so like maybe that's just what it is. Like, putting words and words together to make sentences, to make things that people like to hear that are original is a bit challenging for him. But the fact that he said that, it's like he's thinking that. He's thinking, oh my gosh, someone will say she's not a looker and that's gonna bother me, but you know what, I don't care. But that's his thoughts, really. He's projecting them onto others. And Nicole, you deserve better. Tom and Maria, he emotionally underwhelmingly proposes. He emotionally underwhelmingly proposes, and we have a match. I mean, we have an engaged couple. That's the wrong show, not me saying the pop the balloon thing. The description got a lot more descriptive, and I finally know what people are wearing. Finally, like, I don't know why they waited so long to actually think, oh, you know what the blind folk might need or might be interested in? Their aesthetics. So great job on that. Thank you guys. Thank you. And Demi are are quickly becoming my fave couple. Another engaged couple. Londoners, bring the cup home. The Love is Blind Olympic cup of dating. Listen, Demi is nervous about how she looks, and girl, but why? Like, if someone is for you, they're gonna love you regardless. And it seems to me that she has a thing about whether or not she's on her bigger side or slimmer side or whatever. Like, I fluctuate weight-wise as well. I do. And I have done in the past, and I get it. Like, I totally understand her. Like, I see how sometimes your heavier side, you might feel like you're not good enough, you're not attractive or whatever. That is how society, you know, makes people believe. That's how society, I guess, promotes, you know, beauty. Like, you have to be slim and trim and no cellulite and blah blah blah. But you're beautiful regardless, okay? I was smiling like a donut. Like, but why am I smiling like a donut? I was literally like, oh. Let me tell you something, okay? Ollie loves the bunda, and that's it. That's it. That's all we need. He said it. That's all we need. Okay, this is a word I never thought I would actually hear. Case over. Closed. Episode closed. Show closed. He loves the what? I rest my case. And the honeymoons are in Corfu. Do you know what I realized? When I was theorizing about where it is that they went last time, I was like, oh, so are they going to Spain because they went to Mexico in the American? And I was like, why am I picking a Spanish speaking country? Like, why do they only have to take them to Spanish speaking countries? So we have Demi and Ollie arriving, and they're continuing to be my favorite couple. They're just doing so well together. I love how they speak to each other. I love how they get on. I love how they connect and communicate and blah, blah, blah. Love. Sam and Nicole both realizing that they made the wrong decision. So no grease for them. So as everyone is unpacking, Sam and Nicole are not part of the couples that are unpacking, and phew. Surprise, 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 surprise. Recovered just in time, my guy, because I think you're about to go and really just destroy your name, whatever the word is. What's the word? Defame your fame. Episode ends with Nicole trying to make amends with Benaya in London. 5, we're nearly there, guys. Have you subscribed? Have you liked this video yet? Did you share it? And thank you for watching this far. So episode 5 begins with Nicole and Benaya at their meeting in London, and this sweetheart that is Benaya proposes to her, and I was smiling. I was like, yes, this is a love story you deserve, Nicole. This is it. This is it. Anyway, she of course says yes, and 2024, ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing spinning around the block, working out for people, okay? So like, call your ex. It's okay. Try it. Go back. Are you having problems? Turn around. Check who's back there. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Their honeymoons, there's not much going on. We just like seeing them getting along, getting to know each other a bit more. Lots of hot tubs, lots of beach and nice weather, and I'm a little bit jelly because that's not what I'm seeing outside. But usually where the drama begins is where everyone gets together at the beach party, or at the party. They usually have a beach party and everyone gets together, and the whole cast gets to see each other, gets to suss each other out, like, oh, this is a person I liked, this is a person I liked, how do they look, how did that? So anyway, at the beach party, I've been calling him Ben, Nicole and Ben walk in to surprise everyone I don't know if they were that surprised. It sounded like they were, or maybe happy. They were happy. Like lighten up the mood. The mood was a bit somber, not somber, but it was a bit tense. And let me tell you why it was tense. Let's get into it. So Catherine and Demi and Ollie, why are you creating this? Why are you creating this? Why are we having this? Why are we doing this? So basically what had happened was, well, you know, because you're watching. So when Catherine took Ollie aside to go and talk to him, to be fair, which I can't remember, and I don't think it matters at this point, but apparently he said that he broke it off with her. And a happy couple, you don't go back and check like, hey, I broke up with you and everybody must to know. I didn't feel like that was that important, but apparently it was to Catherine. And in a way, I guess it's the principle. It's someone going and saying something that didn't happen or how it didn't happen. And I guess it's setting the record straight, because what else could somebody say about you? So I guess it's drawing that line like, listen, we can't be saying things how they didn't happen. Ollie seemed like, oh, okay. Did I say that? I didn't even realize. Oh, okay, cool. Well, sorry. But then they did carry on chatting for a bit longer, and there was a bit of a not connection, I don't know what to call it, like some kind of electricity there. They were laughing quite a bit, and I was starting to feel a bit for Demi, because she obviously wasn't very comfortable with their conversation going on for how long it did. And I feel like I remember him complimenting her, if I'm not wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, point is, I think Ollie has he's just got his friendly ways, and Catherine was a little bit interested with whatever Ollie has going on. But yeah, so that was basically how it happened. Like, they talked and Demi wasn't happy, and so there was a bit of a tension after that, like a bit of tension between Demi and Catherine and Ollie. The episode ends with Demi feeling a bit uncomfortable. Like, she tried to hash things out with Ollie about the situation, to try and kind of express that she felt uncomfortable, etc, etc. But sis, if you can't trust the guy, then he's not the one for you, okay? And she mentioned like her weight again, like a couple times while she was talking about it, because apparently, you know, Catherine being slim is something that makes her feel some type of way, which made me think, okay, maybe that's one of the reasons she's feeling a bit like, I want to say insecure. She really is insecure about him speaking to Catherine so happily and contentedly for so long. But again, maybe it's editing. I don't know how long they actually spoke for. Sis, he's in love with the bunda. Relax, okay, relax. Anyway, she thought maybe might influence how he feels about her, whether he feels positively or negatively about her. And yeah, he's obsessed with the bunda. I'm gonna say bunda as many times as possible in this video, because I can't believe I'm sitting watching Love is Blind and someone just comes out with it like, yes, hello. Hello. But yeah, like, just relax, it's okay. But you know, I guess, yeah, he does have his friendly ways, Ollie, and we might have to keep an eye on that a little bit. And I get how you could be uncomfortable. He just continued with his communication. I think he does really well with communication, but I might be wrong. Let's wait and see. So guys, that's it for episode 1 to 5. I just picked a couple moments that stood out to me. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and let me know what you think. Do you have a favorite couple? What do you think of Nicole's decision to like spin around the block, like to go back? And we saw it work out for, I'm gonna write their name, lovely people. I'm gonna write their names. I'm so bad with names, my gosh. But yeah, they're like married now. Obviously they got married, they spun around the block. They, I think, have a baby on the way, or they do have a baby from you know, the ones from Love is Blind. So yeah, it does work for some people, and hopefully it works for Nicole and Benaya. When we come back for to review episode 6 through 12. I'm gonna have someone come and talk about it with me, just bounce off some ideas. I'm not sure who it's gonna be, or maybe I am. Stay tuned. But yeah, the reunion should be up soon as well, and we'll talk about that separately as well with somebody else. So wait for the surprise guests. Thank you so much if you watched this far. Thank you so much for watching. This is fun. I've always wanted to talk about TV shows that I watch, and yeah, so thank you for listening to me ramble on and waffle on and share your thoughts. And yeah, see you on the next one. I should mention, I have other socials. You can also look me up on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok and Facebook. I don't know why I paused. So yeah, look me up as well. The links will be in the description, and I look forward to catching up with you guys and hearing your thoughts in the comments about episode 1 to 5. Yeah, see you next time. Bye. By the way, editing, hey. By the way, I don't want to sound like I'm really not laying into Sam for having cosmetic surgery, because everyone can do what they want with their body. And also I had cosmetic surgery too, but like, it's only such a temporary fix. Like, I don't think it made me very confident from the inside, you know. It only gives you that surface level boost, and it's just not the same. So like, you need to dig deeper, and I feel like I wish I could undo. Like, I'll talk about it later at some point. I'll make a video about it if anyone of you is curious. But like, I wish I could undo what it is I did and just stayed how I was, because at the end of the day, I think what I had, was perfect. And if I had just kind of built myself from the inside out, you know, work from the inside out, then I would still be as happy as I am now with myself, you know, or I would have still be as unhappy as I was with myself then. So like, cosmetic surgery is a temporary fix. It's just your outside. You need to work on your mind, on your inside, to really thrive out here and really be happy just to be yourself, you know. But anyway, I'll see, like, I mean, I'm in my robe and head wrap and everything, you know. It's fine. Be you.